Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon. My name is Trey.
My name is Chris, and
We
you
are
turned the sound off.
We console freaks. The sound is like really, really low.
It's off.
What?
There is no sound.
It was like really low. You want me to turn it up?
Just a little bit. I'd like to hear. I would like to at least
hear. Yes.
Trey, you have done terrible. You are no longer allowed to start.
No more intros for you. We are console freaks. Not sure if I said that. We just got to Ecruteak City.
We got Shock Guy.
Shock.
And now we are doing a mandatory thing where we get an HM, but at the same time we have to fight some battles in order to get it.
Fight all of the kimonos.
Yes. This is the Kimono Theater. And all of the kimono girls have Eeveelutions. Okay, Flareon, Jolteon, Umbreon, Espeon, and Vaporeon.
Which one's your favorite out of all of them, you think?
Design-wise or for practicality? Because I have a different answer for each.
Both.
Design-wise, I'd say Flareon, because he's so freaking adorable and so fluffy.
Same with me.
For practicality, probably Vaporeon, maybe Jolteon.
Yeah, I was about to say Jolteon.
Jolteon's okay, but like, as you guys, later in the playthrough, I tried to get a Jolteon because I wanted a different electric type than Shock Guy, and it turns out that he doesn't really learn any electric type moves until way later on. And I didn't feel like raising him to learn electric type moves.
Yeah.
So, what to do? But anyways, these, if you have type advantages like I do, the Kimono girls shouldn't really give you too much trouble. Though, and I really hope that this is not all we're doing in this episode. Because
only the Kimono girls.
Tangents ahoy. I mean, there's not really much to talk about with this. They're just fights with people in kimonos. Trey, what do you think of kimonos?
I like them. I like them a lot, actually.
So much fun.
So fun. They make my life so fun.
Not much to say. Though it is interesting to note that the audience is predominantly male when in this particular theater.
So you're at a strip joint. Gotcha.
Essentially, yeah. Pretty much.
I'm battling Pokemon in a strip club.
Also, Umbreon, Espeon is the one right there.
Yep. I really like Espeon's design also.
I didn't know this until right now, but the first 3 letters of Espeon is ESP, and it's a psychic type. Oh, Nintendo, or Game Freak, whoever worked on
Nintendo freaks.
But Espeon was introduced in this generation. Trey, do you happen to know how you get Umbreon and Espeon?
Does it have to deal with night and day?
Yeah, but there's more to it than that. Okay,
it had to deal with night and day, but I didn't know.
Okay,
I don't know other than that.
It actually has to do with two
variables,
mechanics that were introduced in this game, or at least one that was introduced, one that was expounded upon. Of course, night and day. If you evolve it at night, it turns into an Umbreon. If you evolve it during the day, it's an Espeon. But it's based on the Pokemon's happiness.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, like in Pokemon Yellow, you kind of had a little bit of a happiness gauge because you could turn back and look at your Pikachu and see how he was doing. But there wasn't, in Gen 1, there wasn't really any expounding upon the happiness of a Pokemon. It was just, this Pokemon's happy. Cool.
That's great.
But in this game, your Pokemon, once they reach their max happiness, and there's various ways to achieve that, will certain ones will evolve, and those certain ones being, I think, Pichu and Cleffa. Maybe Igglybuff. I don't remember if Igglybuff, but I know that Pichu and Cleffa both had to be max happiness before they evolved into Pikachu and Clefairy, respectively. And then Eevee had to reach max happiness in order to evolve into Umbreon or Espeon. And Zubat, or Golbat, I should say, as well. Golbat evolves into Crobat at max happiness. So the more you know.
And then there's Umbreon. Goodness.
I some director's notes here, or videographer's notes, because I was the one recording the footage with this particular playthrough.
Yep.
When I was playing this part, I noticed a severe tomfoolery with the RNG. The RNG at this point really started to dick me over. And it didn't stop for quite a while. And I started getting really nervous later on.
Because like, yeah, you're not gonna have fun with this anymore.
Because during this session, I remember it started on my way to Ecruteak, and it ended somewhere. I think it was in Olivine.
Yeah.
And so, what I was playing at this point was that I was using my main tactic was using hypnosis and just nickel and diming them to death. You know, shave damage here, shave damage there.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily doing a lot in terms of individual attacks, but like actually hitting them a lot and keep making it so that they didn't really attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. I was kind of at the point where during this particular session, and I think it's this particular this episode, there was a lot of times where I was using hypnosis and it just wasn't working. Like, it would take 3 or 4 times to get them to sleep, and then after they finally got to sleep, they'd wake up the next turn. I think this Vaporeon was a prime suspect. I don't remember. There was at least one of the Eevee evolutions that were like that. And I don't remember which ones, because it's been quite a long time since I recorded this part. Probably at least a month, maybe 2.
Yeah.
I started this playthrough probably back in January. It is now May. Or actually, I shouldn't say January. Probably February. And it's now May. I'm not even done. I'm not even close. I have been procrastinating the crap out of this.
This Vaporeon is just not having any of Shock Guy's mess right now.
You know, I had intended on giving Shock Guy that magnet.
Yep.
And I forgot.
What does the magnet do?
It powers up water type moves.
Gotcha.
Yes, keep using sand attacks. I will never hit you. Said no one ever.
Do what?
I said, keep using sand attacks and I will never hit you. Said no one ever.
This Vaporeon's just disrespectful. Keep spitting on your face.
I forgot what comic it was, but it showed like what happens when you try to teach a Squirtle a water gun. He just vomits. It's kind of disgusting.
That's pretty much what happens, though.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Spitting their insides all over ya.
So we're almost done this. But now I think the last one that we have to fight is Jolteon.
So I'm going to throw my dancing tree out there.
Yes.
That is a rock type.
Because at this point, I thought that rock types were immune to electric. Boy, was I wrong.
It may look like a tree, but it is not a tree, Chris. Sand attack again.
It's ground types that are immune to electric.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because of Brock's gym. Brock's gym always pounded it in my head. It was like, guess what? Rock types and ground types both are immune to electric. It's like, nope, just ground types. The
Brock,
fact that every Pokemon in Brock's gym is rock and ground type is just a coincidence.
Like the thing I really don't get is with Sudowoodo. I really don't get it. Why?
Why is it rock?
Why is he rock?
Bonsai tree is... I don't know.
I just really don't get it.
I think there's something there. After you beat all of the kimono girls, you go and talk to this finely dressed gentleman here.
This is
and
the pimp.
He will give you exactly what you want. Which is HMO3, which is Surf. Actually a really good water type move.
He has conquered all of the prostitutes. I will give him Surf because he's pretty wet at the moment. That's pretty much
Try not to laugh. It doesn't deserve it.
Oh man, this is great, isn't it? Everything.
Trying to keep the conversation classy, and Trey just takes it off a cliff, straight off a cliff into death.
Not even gonna prepare me for it. Just
yeah, out of nowhere, as if out of nowhere.
oh man, this is
So it should be said.
Yep.
That around this part is where the game starts getting a little non-linear. I say around this part, you still have to beat the 4th gym. You still have to beat, but not yet. That's getting ahead of myself. We have to go here. This is the burned tower. This is Eeveelution. I don't know what his name, how to pronounce his name. I've always kind of called it Eeveelution. That's Solid Snake. I mean Morty. Everybody and their grandmother has made that joke. I had to do it too. Anybody who Let's Plays Pokemon has played that joke or has made that joke.
Goodness. I
thought I cut this out.
Pokemon had something in common.
I seriously thought I cut this out. But no, I'm just gonna wail on this Rattata for a minute.
This one Rattata. You have to see me kill this Rattata.
Just in case you forgot what it looked like.
Just in case you were missing a regular Pokemon battle. You're going to watch me destroy it.
I think at this point I was trying to figure out who I was going to put in my first place slot. I do like I like a lot of the music that comes in Ecruteak City. The burned tower, the actual theme for the town, and the Kimono Girls theater. All of those themes are really good.
Yeah.
And very atmospheric for what they are. Yep. I think I kept this in on purpose because I wanted to show you the RNG was just not working with me.
I was just where you put him to sleep and he's like, nope, not having it.
Pretty much.
Then right after this, wake up, attack, you're dead.
Yeah, wake up.
Yeah, coughing needs all of his makeup.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired, and it's been a long day. I kicked my mic, and it was hilarious.
You say you kicked it?
I kicked it.
I'm going to roundhouse kick my microphone real fast.
I don't tell you what to do with your spare time.
Is this...
Dave!
Oh. I came here looking for some legendaries. God dang it, Dave.
And now we have to fight him because Dave. At least with May in well, I guess in the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, with May, like, you only have to fight her probably about 50% of the time. Half the time that you see her, like, you don't end up fighting her.
Mm-hmm.
It was at this particular moment that I realized that, I should probably send out my own Ghastly, because ghost types are super effective against other ghost types, but nah.
And then right when you send him out, you're dead.
Yeah, wake up.
Yeah, wake right up and kill you.
Don't even get me started, man. The ghost type Jimin is equivalent to Whitney's gem.
Good job there, Hunter.
He put a curse on me, though.
Yep.
And I actually didn't really, I've never really found much use for curse as, a ghost type until this playthrough. This playthrough, I've kind of started to warm up to it.
Now, what does curse do to your opponent exactly?
I believe I went over this in an earlier episode,
I'm pretty sure you did too.
For a ghost type, what it does is it cuts your HP in half.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do that, it sets a curse on your opponent, which basically every turn does, I think it's a quarter damage. It's either 25 or 20% damage every turn. And it doesn't stop. They have to call their Pokemon back, I believe, to keep it from dying. And there's no way to cure it, except for winning the battle or withdrawing their Pokemon.
Oh, wow.
So
even if you put
with CPUs who don't know how to do that, usually, it's a pretty effective tactic.
Yeah. So even if you put your if you put Dizzy back out there, the curse will still be in effect, right? Or does it?
I don't.
Go away
I don't remember. I've never really tried that out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Dave,
Croconaw. This Croconaw will wreck
legendaries.
you if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get Shock Guy, because once, Totodile's not so bad. Once it gets into Croconaw territory, that's when you have to start worrying, because you can't send Spooky out because it knows Bite, if I remember correctly,
Mm-hmm.
and Bite is super effective. It's a dark type move. Don't know why. Anyways.
I'm gonna bite this here ghost. This dark looking ghost thingy.
So, don't send out a Ghastly.
Yeah.
What else is a bad idea? Of course, anything that's weak to water, so any rock, ground, fire, anything like that, don't send it out, because he knows water gun, and it will wreck you. And it just becomes like you have to be very picky with the type of Pokemon you choose in these battles.
Yep.
Because if you slip up, you're gonna get wrecked. I think I accidentally hit run.
And then you're gonna actually make Dave feel good about himself, because he actually beat you this time.
No, he doesn't.
Even if he loses, Dave thinks he wins.
I wanted to give Spooky some experience. I was chipping away at this. I should really learn how to speed up battles. Anyways.
Confuse Ray. Birds.
That Confuse Ray can suck my nuts.
To a kid, a Zubat might be kind of frightening, honestly.
No eyes,
Yeah,
just
a
teeth
mouth.
and ears.
Like, I was just looking at this. Some of the Pokemon in here would probably give a kid nightmares.
I'm just sitting here looking at this and thinking, choose the Sudowoodo, dumbass. Nope. Sudowoodo, all I would need,
the water Pokemon.
Rock Slide. Or Rock Throw. Sorry, it doesn't know Rock Slide yet. Rock Throw. One hit, it'd be over. Not even joking.
But instead, you're just
and I'm sitting here thinking, I know that now. I know this now. And yet, there's nothing I can do. Just watch it happen and feel sad about my life.
Can I actually send it out now?
Please use Rock Throw. Please use. Thank you. Good grief.
And it missed. Just my luck.
Pretty much. Now we're cooking.
Goodness. You had to go through 1.5 Pokemon before.
I'm just sitting here kicking myself in the pants because that was easy.
This is why I hate wimps. There's no challenge to it.
You're right. Wasn't a challenge. Couldn't do it.
What? Whoop.
Trapdoor. What are you doing falling into a hole? Some genius you are.
Dave is such an asshole.
That's like kicking while they're down.
Hello.
In it's noteworthy. Pokemon Crystal is the only one that actually gives these Pokemon specific models.
I like how I just looked at you, hi, and then left.
Like, they're in Gold and Silver, they're generic beast models.
Yep.
And in Crystal, they get their own little sprites, which are really cool. I like Entei, because he's a big dog. And so fluffy.
And can probably kill you.
Oh, easily.
Easily, exactly. So, were those just, what they would say, roaming legendaries?
Yes, that is the introduction to the roaming legendaries. They walk around, you have a very slim chance of seeing them, and if you see them, you want to catch them.
Yeah,
I have yet to decide if I'm going to actually go after them.
Yeah.
I say that because I still have a lot of recording left to do in this game, and I don't want to limit what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is the end of the part. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
Goodbye.